Hi everybody, Marco Carbajo here from businesscreditbuilders.org. Today's video we're going to talk about a lender that offers revenue-based financing and a line of credit. Now for those of you, I'm going to cover three things. If this is you, this may be the perfect lender that's available to you to get funding for your business. Number one is time. Now, as far as time of funding is a big obstacle with a lot of business owners that are looking for funding. They want it now. They need it immediately. Not in 30 days, not in 45 days. They need funding within a matter of the same day or within a matter of a day or two. So this is a fast funding option that we're going to share with you where you don't have to wait with traditional funding, which may take much longer. Another thing is time in business. If you're going traditional funding route, some banks or lenders will turn you down because you're less than 2 years in business. So if you're only a year in business, you may have gotten turned down because you're not over 2 years in business. So time is another obstacle that this particular lender only requires you to be a year in business. The next thing I want to talk to you about is credit. You may have been turned down from your bank or a lender because of personal credit issues or your credit score is too low. This particular lender has no minimum FICO score requirement, so this is another opportunity for you. And the third obstacle that may be challenging you is your industry. We talked about a video last week on some funding options that you may have fallen into industry that's restricted with that particular lender. This lender does not offer as many restricted industries as opposed to maybe other lenders. So if you were turned down for funding because you're in a restricted industry, this may be another option for you. And we're going to cover all that in this video. So this direct lender that I want to share with you is a lender called Loot. It's a direct lender. They started in 2021. You'll see there's a link here to apply, but don't go there yet because I'm going to go over the requirements, the funding products, how to apply, and how it works. You have an A+ rating on Better Business Bureau. Their score on Trustpilot. They're an exclusive lender to the $17 billion Masonry Contractors Association of America. They offer a line of credit and revenue-based financing. All right, so let's get started on what's the difference with this direct lender with maybe some of the other videos we've done, because we're always doing different videos of different funding products, different lenders, different business credit card funding products, etc. This one has a very simple automated process. It's all done online, and you can get approved within a matter of hours and have funds the same day. So this is a very, very fast funding option. So if you need funding right away, this is a great option for you. They also offer something very, very unique. So when you borrow money on your line of credit or you get a revenue-based financing, obviously you know how much the cost of capital is right up front before you actually take the funding or draw on your line of credit. What's unique though is they give you discounts when you pay off early. So if you decide to pay off your how much you borrow earlier, you get a 50% discount on your outstanding fees. So if you took a 6-month term on this, like draw on a line of credit or a loan, but you pay it off in 4 months, obviously you're going to save money because you're paying it off early. So that's something that's nice and unique. They also have capital increase rewards. What does that mean? So with their line of credit product, you're paying that off. Then let's say you pay it off, then that gives you opportunities to get even a higher credit limit as you're using your line, you're paying it in time. So you have opportunities to increase the amount that you can borrow based on your history. There's no hard credit pull with this as well. There's many funding products out there, even traditional banks that will do a hard pull on your credit. They only do a soft pull and that's it. And they pull from Experian. And like I said, there's no minimum FICO score requirement with this lender. Some lenders, they may require you to be like especially alternative lenders, you might have to have a 550 credit score, you may have to have a 650, etc. There's no minimum FICO score requirement with this lender. How does their funding product work? I want to share with you the underwriting guidelines. They will extend up to from $3,000 to up to $100,000. That's the cap as far as funding goes. Their terms as far as repayment, this is a short-term funding product. So 3 to 6 months is your repayment term. This is not a long 1 year, 2 year repayment. This is short-term funding availability for you. So if you're needing capital right away and you're gonna turn over that money within a period of 3 to 6 months, then this is a great option for you. And you can use this for different types of products. So if like you have to buy inventory right away and you know you're going to turn that inventory in a period of 3 to 6 months, then that would be a great option for you there. All right. So now what does position first to third mean? That means if, let's say you've gotten funding from, you utilize a merchant cash advance. This is not a merchant cash advance, but if you already have a position with another lender and you borrow money and they're taking money out of your bank account, they will take the first up to the third position. So if you already have a merchant cash advance, that's a first position, right? So they're willing to be a second position lender to extend money or credit to you as well. So that's really unique with this. Some lenders only want to be in first position. That means they don't want you to have any other merchant cash advances or loans or anything like that out. They want to be in first position. All right. So first to third position, time in business is 1 year. Annual revenue, you have to be doing $200,000 a year in gross annual revenue going through your business bank account. So that's a requirement. 1 year in business, $200,000 minimum in gross revenue for the year. There's no FICO score minimum, and your average daily bank balance for the business bank account has to be at least $3,000. So there's a little kind of detailed things you want to be aware of, and you can't have more than 4 negative days in your business bank account per month. So if you're having negative balances 5, 6, 7 times a month, that you're automatically going to get turned down. All right, you do have to have a business bank account, and a PLAID connection is required. So there's no way around that. So what is PLAID? That's a digital connection that allows the lender here, Loot, to read-only access. It's not giving them access to log into your own account, but they're giving read-only access so they can see your bank deposit activity, all those data points in order for them to underwrite and see how much of a loan or line of credit they want to extend to you. So PLAID connection is required. You can't submit hard bank statements. They have to see it digitally. That's the underwriting guidelines. Now, I do want to go over the prohibited industries. So they do have 3 particular industries you cannot apply. They'll automatically turn you down. So if you're in the cannabis industry, firearms industry, or nonprofits, you cannot apply for this for lending with Loot. With the other lenders we talked about, like last week we talked about ARF, there's much more restrictions, much more restricted industries. So you'll see right here, they do accept a lot more industries with this particular lender compared to ARF. They're high-risk industries now that they do have. It doesn't mean you're going to get declined, but there's a more rigorous review, which means you may have not as high as an approval amount. The fees may be higher to borrow because you're a higher risk industry. So if you're in agriculture, car and boat dealers, finance and insurance, online stores, real estate, and transportation. So that's what they classify as a high risk industry. You can still apply for this. That doesn't mean you're going to get turned down, but they're going to be a little more rigorous on the review because you're in a high risk industry. Okay. So these are the underwriting guidelines. Now, what I want to talk about here is, depending on what state you're in, this is the funding product that this lender offers in your particular state. So you'll see right here, the green is the line of credit product that's available. The revenue-based financing is available in the other states. So depending on what state you fall in, that's what funding they're going to review you for and offer you as far as if you're approved. All right, so very, very, very simple. As you know, with auto payback, they do have a feature that allows you to decide how do you want to repay once you draw on your line of credit or you borrow money. You have daily or weekly auto pay options if you want. You can access your portal anytime, and you get those prepayment discounts like I talked about and the capital increase opportunities. So when you go to fundingfast.org, that's going to take you right to this page. You'll see my little mug right there. But it's really, really simple. This is the application page. All you need to do is click on apply here, and you'll see this lender. You just create an account, your phone number, email address, you create a password, and then the next step is going to take you to connect your bank account via PLAID. They'll do the underwriting, and you'll get results and an answer right away. So that's how simple it is. So here's the bulletproof instructions, step by step, what I just reviewed with you. And the response is really, really fast. So within a matter of hours, you can get an answer. And then obviously you can log in and draw on your line of credit, or if it's revenue-based finance, you can access funds right away and get the funds deposited into your account. So that's how simple this lender offers this funding for you. Now, what happens for those of you, let's say you haven't been in business a year, or let's say you're not doing $200,000 in revenue. What are some other options? Well, I want to share with you another option for you, which is our service we offer is our done-for-you business credit card funding service. This is an opportunity for those of you who are looking for revolving credit. You're looking for interest-free money on purchases for your business. So you could be a startup with this particular program, or you could be an existing business, but there's no revenue requirement. That's the difference here. And because there's no revenue requirement, what's the main thing that's going to be looked at is the strength of your personal credit. All right, so you have to have really good personal credit, 680 or higher credit scores, and at least 2 of your credit bureaus. That's just one of the factors we look at when we do a review. It's free to do a review. That way you know how much we provide you in funding. If you want to move forward with this, we give you actual projection. With business credit card funding, we acquire anywhere from 3 to 4 business credit cards in 14 to 20 days for your business. These cards do not report to the personal credit. They build your business credit because they only report to the business credit bureaus. So this helps you create that separation between your personal and business credit. There's just a no-doc program, so you don't have to worry about providing financials or tax returns or P&L statements or anything like that. This is you utilizing the strength of your personal credit in order for your business to acquire revolving business credit cards at 0% offers. So how does this work? If you want to pre-qualify, you go to businesscreditbuilders.org. That's our website. So it's very simple. You click on this tab here that says pre-qualify now. This is free to do the review. So we're not charging anything for this review. This just gives you the opportunity to see do you pre-qualify? If so, how much do you project we can acquire for you in business credit card funding? Fill out this form, and you're going to upload a recent copy of your credit report. So you can order all 3 credit reports and FICO scores for $1 here at Know My Credit, and you upload it right here. So if you click on Know My Credit, that's going to take you to this sign up here for your 3 bureau report and FICO scores. I do encourage you to keep that service because you can monitor your reports. You can see any activity. You have identity theft protection as well. So that's a really great service. But it takes us 24 to 48 hours to do the review for you. We contact you back with funding projections. And if you want to move forward at that time, we then provide you the funding agreement, and then we get started. 14 to 20 days is our process. So I just shared with you Loot, which is a direct lender that allows you to get funding, whether it's a revenue-based financing or a line of credit. We also gave you another option if you don't actually have the revenue requirement or the time and business requirement. Business credit card funding is another option for you. So give us a thumbs up, click subscribe if you want to always be notified of new funding products coming out, ways to build business credit. And with that, make it a great day. We'll talk to you real soon.